Kali is doing nothing. It's just sitting there idle. I have Metasploitable. This is doing nothing. So on my Debian, this is the download I posted in the chat. So this is the 648,192 kilobytes, so 648 meg, right? That I posted in the chat. I'm going to create a new VM, and this will strictly be on the internet. I'm going to leave it connected to the internet. I'm not going to change the IP. So I'm going to choose a file here. I don't know if you can see the screen. What are you guys seeing right now? You see the VM setup?
Yeah.
So DE2, I'm going to call it DE2. 20 gigs, single file. I'll give it 2 gigs of RAM. It's got 2 gigs. It's going to be NAT. That's fine. And I'm going to customize it. I'm going to shut down the sound card. I don't care for the sound card. Right? Done. And then I finish. And then I go through the steps. So this looks very similar. So go D2. This looks very similar. It just started on its own. I didn't ask it to start, but it did. Yeah, thanks for beeping. I love that beeping. And like I said, this looks very similar to the installation of Alien Vault. This is, I want to get a clean version of Debian going. And then somewhere along the process here, I'm going to leave it connected there. I'm going to download the Nessus scan using the browser. So here it goes. So I don't need Metasploitable. I don't need KAL, Kali. I don't need Debian. The original one we did from maybe Wednesday or Thursday last week, or maybe even Friday. So some of you already have a clean version of Debian. Some of you have a clean version of Fedora. Some of you have a clean version of Ubuntu. Some of you have a clean version of CentOS. Some of you have a clean version of Red Hat. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. I'm showcasing with Debian version 12 on my, and then we'll install Nessus. So again, the local name I use is called localhost. I don't want to call it Debian. That's the host name. The domain name, I don't care. It's going to ask for network settings in a minute. I mean, it wants the root password because you need those permissions to make changes to the operating system. It's going to ask for the new user. It's just going to be George. You can pick your own name if you want to, right? It's going to ask for a password for George. Again.
What is domain name?
Localhost. I call it localhost. Eastern. Okay. And let it detect the network or any other net settings. So it's going to detect the drives. I only have one 20 gig drive. Right? Use entire disk. Yes. And then it's going to say you want to commit the entire disk. Yes. Are you sure? A lot of are you sure? So all files for a new user recommended. Sure. I feel like a new user. Are you sure? Here comes a yes. Okay. And then it starts installing the base system. After this, it's going to ask us for any other subsidiary configuration you want. So this is the first, this shouldn't be the first time you're seeing Debian install. So this is on the second video from March the 31st. So in the background, I'm going to bring up the notes on my browser in the background here. So I'm going to just go to Google and I'm going to type in there Nessus installation notes. Should take me to install Nessus. Then it'll take me to the Linux. So I'm going to go for Debian. So I have to choose the version first, the package. I'm not there yet. Trust me, I'm not there. I'm just installing it. I'm just installing Debian, and then I'm going to install the Nessus scan. Now, the only problem is once you initiate the installation of Nessus, or Nessus, it's going to want to do the compiling of the updates and the downloads. That's what takes the longest time. Like, I mean, and on my internet, if I was connected to the actual wire, maybe it would be much faster compiling. I don't know if it's because I was running it on the wireless and my computer might have gone to sleep. Maybe if I left it on for 4 or 5 hours continuously, I would be in a different scenario there. I'm just checking what my Debian is running. It's running at 20 gigs. Holy cow. 20 gigs. I'm going to run out of disk space. That's inevitable. Yeah, I'm going to run out of disk space. I mean, my Kali is sitting at 15, 16 gigs. My Debian sitting at 20, and I've got a third VM called Debian 2. I don't know how big this file is going to be, but I only have 30 gigs remaining, so one of them is going to get deleted. I can't put my finger on which one it will be. Maybe it'll be this one. Okay. Insert another media now. I don't have another media. What are you talking about? Okay, so United States. Sure. I don't have a proxy. So I just hit next. I just did all the defaults there. It was asking for another media. I don't have another DVD. So I just went to the debian.something.org.
No, you mean, Mr. Ritchie, you mean that the name, you should change the name because you have already DA2. So change the name. Make it Debian 3, for example.
No, I have DE now. I have DE2. I have two of them.
Yeah. So this one, what is the name of this one?
I call this localhost. I'm not going to have them on at the same time. I'm not going to have both of them on at the same time. That's why I call this localhost as well.
Okay.
It says, would you like to participate in a survey? Of course not. Wow, they're asking a lot of questions today. So this is all default. I'm not changing it. So the Genome Debian desktop environment and just standard system utilities. Done. Continue. So number one, second, last, and third. Sorry, number one, two, and then second, and then last. Second, last, and last settings. So here it goes. So it is actually going to the internet because I am on the internet with this VM. It's actually going to the internet and downloading these extra files, I think. I think. One hopes. So it's still going, the installation of Debian. And like I said, I've got this one on the internet. So I can download the Tenable software and then I can log in using my user ID and passcode that I already created from the previous. I can still log in. I mean, it's still going to run until this Friday, but it gives me a scan tool that I can start getting a vulnerability report from, right? I mean, I could target Kali this time. I could have Kali and DE2, and I can run a scan report, a vulnerability scan. So that would be 2 out of my 3, right? I still have Windows 10 running on the other one, don't I? And Hyper-V, and I can't target that. But you know what I'm getting at. So that would give me 2 vulnerability reports. Again, after I have everything, I have Windows 10 running here. I'm going to delete it. So I get some space back on Hyper-V. I'm just cleaning up some of the mess I created from last week, thinking I'm going to have success. Yeah, I just gained 11 gigs. Yahoo! I'm still recording. I want to get this recorded so you guys and girls can see how to get this running on a clean version of Debian. And any questions, just post them in the chat. I mean, I like to see questions come from everybody, but typically I don't. Both gives a green thumb for Angora and the thumbs up for Break and the thumbs up for Syed. Thank you. Syed came back? Yes. Who left then? O'Quain left. And who else left? Tim left. And who else left? Oh, that's weird. Sade? No, Sade's here. Somebody left. I don't know. I'm not tracking it. Okay, so I should be at a point where I'm about to restart. I think it's going to ask me to install a grub loader on SDA or SDB. So,
Sorry, I
yes.
have a question. I've
Yeah,
been watching you. I don't know if you, maybe I'm not catching this a little bit fast. I probably have to watch the video again. I didn't see where you selected the ISO file for the Debian.
that's the
You know,
first thing at the beginning when I started, when I
okay.
launched the VM. So here,
Okay, I guess you did it pretty quickly. Okay.
if it was already there in the it was already there.
He didn't browse
It was,
for it because it was already there.
oh, it was already there. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. It happened so quickly. Okay. Okay.
I didn't have
Thank you.
to. Yeah.
All right.
So grub
Thanks.
loader, this is the SDA part.
Okay.
So it's just installing the bootloader now. And then I think it's going to restart now. Okay, I lied. I think it's going to restart in about 2 to 3 minutes. And if you want to take a break anytime, you can take a break. You don't have to be glued to your screen for this much time. You can take a break. I'm just installing Debian. Then the next part will be the installation of Tenable. Okay, reboot. Here we go. I didn't think I selected enter to launch the, okay. Something happened there. And this should be the first time logging in as George. And I think I'm gonna have to accept some agreements here. And it's spinning its wheels. So at the welcome screen, I'm gonna close it. I don't care for that. I'm gonna go and check the terminal now for settings, right? So IP adder. So I am on the internet, 192.168.122.11. I'm on the internet right there. Okay. How do I know? I can do a ping dash C4 ping dash C4 2.4.4.4, or is it 4.2.2.2? 4.2.2.2. Yeah, good. 4 times I'm connected to a universal DNS provider. Okay, on the internet, I can stay here. I'm going to go into the George downloads directory because I'm going to download software here. So as I'm following step by step here, I'm going to go and launch my Firefox. I'm going to go to the Tenable website. I don't have to log into the Tenable website. I mean, that's for you if you want. So tenable.com. There we are. And I'm going to go to the downloads here. So products, vulnerability management. Sorry, how would I just go to Google? And then go to Tenable download Nessus, right? That should show me better results. Okay, download page. Now I'm going to choose here the platform. So this is going to be Linux. I mean, it does give you, I don't want Ubuntu. I'm going to pick now Linux. Fedora, there's Debian. Okay, so I have to choose Debian. Here's 10.8.3. Okay, so I had to choose Debian. I click download, it'll download. Do you agree? Sure, I agree. Right, and it's downloaded. I'm not going to open it. Okay, so it's downloaded, complete. I don't need to be on the internet now. In the download directory, you're going to see now, if I do ls-l, there's the Nessus-10.3.3 Debian 10 AMD 64.deb. So I'm going to do sudo, okay? And this is from the website. It says to run the dpkg-i and the name of the download you just proceeded with. So I'm going to say sudo dpkg-i, lowercase I, and then the name of the file, yeah, lowercase. So you have to follow. So I can just start typing in, and then I can hit the tab. So NEC, so there it is right there, right? And it's going to ask me for a password, right? So forget it. So let's just go to SU. Let's try that again. So sudo, I'm logged in as root now, -i, and then the name of the file, tab, dpkg. Okay, so there it goes. So now it's installing. It's unpacking that file I downloaded. and it's installing it. Okay, I'm all set, right? So I'm going to log in now as localhost. So I'm still on the internet. So I don't need to be in my shell. I can log into my internet now. So I'm going to type in here http:/localhost. So it created a web portal and then 8834. 8834. HTTPS, sorry, my bad. Okay, it should take me to what's this problem? 8834 to configure your scanner. Oh, I can't do that yet. I got to do a verification. So on the step, it says to make sure that you start the service. So start the daemon. So systemctl Nessus D. So I'm still logged in as local, so I'm going to sudo systemctl start Nessus D. Not Nessus. Nessus D. Done. You can do systemctl status Nessus D. Should say it's loaded and active. Quit to exit. I go back to launch my internet again. And now I can run localhost 8834. So there we go. So it's going to say, are you sure you want to connect? Of course I do. And I say, accept the risk. So it brings you up to a blue screen now. Okay. It's going to initialize. And then somewhere in there, it's going to say to launch the Nessus Pro or the Nessus Expert. I don't know which one I'm going to do here, but we're going to figure that out. So if you have a Tenable user account that you registered with, then you can log in with that user account. And notice I have not left the internet, it's still initializing this part. Well, there's a database that's running, so this does take a little bit of time. I'm not going to debate that with you. Why isn't my screen in full screen mode? Okay. So we should see it. Okay, so here we go. You don't have to do register. I'll just go click on continue. So start a trial of Nessus Expert. I chose this one, I believe. My email was, does it ask for an email if I say skip? Oh, so richie.firma@trias.com. If I say skip, back. So it's asking for an activation code. Now before it was showing it. So if I do this one, if I log in with my email, richie.firma, and put in your own personal email, continue, start trial, account found. So because I already registered. So it should give me now an activation code. I click continue, it's valid until, oh good, it's valid until the 7th of April. So my username is create a Nessus administrator. Let's call it George. Setup complete. So I use the same user that I logged in. Now it's downloading the plugins. And this should go relative. So you have to be on the internet again. So I use Nessus Professional. And I put in the email, which it found the account for because I logged in before. And then if all goes well, it should take me to the screen after this. So this is downloading the plugin, then has to compile them. That's the part that takes the longest. So in about 20 or so minutes, I'll stop the recording and then let it do the processing of the, and like I say, this is the Nessus vulnerability scan tool. We'll look at OpenVAS at the beginning of class tomorrow. I mean, what do we have going on tomorrow? So this is all that I've already laid out the steps for you in this is the analyzing the scans. So beginning of class tomorrow, guaranteed, we'll go over that. Okay. Another vulnerability scan tool. So you can pick and choose. Do you want to stay with Tenable, or you want to go to OpenVAS, or do you want to go to Alien Vault? I mean, you saw on Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, how much fun I was having with Alien Vault. And then finally on Friday, I was able to break through and get this one running. So you must register. It'll check that the account exists, and then you can do wonders and magic with this. It does take a little bit of time. I'm thinking total time, maybe 4 or 5 hours, just to get it to the part where you can start scanning. Once you're starting to scan, now you're off to the races. I've got one that expires on Friday. I've got one that expires on next Monday. But no, like I say, if you're having difficulty with this, we'll have another one that we record on Tuesday at the beginning of class, and we'll have maybe another one on Wednesday. So you have plenty of options. I don't want to put you in a corner. I don't want you to be biased towards one because it shows the best outcome for you. I want you to have multiple opportunities to understand. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to let this go and I'll be right back. So it's still initializing. Okay, so this part, so I can, Engineering Nessus Expert is available. Okay, I don't really care for this, do I? So this part, I'm going to go to settings now. I'm going to change some settings here. So license overview is good. And you have 030 light. Okay, yeah. Software update, I'm going to say disabled, delayed. I'm going to save that. And then this is the part that I want you to verify. See the events. So it's doing the downloading Nessus license feed, 830, 830, 830, finishing Nessus scan. So here, this vulnerability, this compiling the updates is happening right here. There. Is it doing it right here? Compiling configuration, so plugin. So that's going to take some time. So you cannot start the scans until that's done. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. This is where I want you to get to. This is where I wanted you to get to after installing a fresh, clean version of Debian and a fresh, clean version of Nessus, Tenable by Tenable, and you must register. It tells you to do that in the lab for 10. You must register with your personal email. Therefore, you will get a license issued to you, and it'll recognize that license when you log in for the first time. Okay. And then create a user that logs in. I've got George. You don't have to use your email. Okay. So that's where I wanted you to get to. And you must stay on the internet while it's doing this update. I mean, it might be faster if I plug it in to an actual physical LAN cable, an Ethernet cable. It might be faster. I don't know. Using the wireless, it does take quite some time to get to where I want to get to. Any questions about that? So that's what you have to do for the remainder of today's class. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to stop recording now. It's been almost an hour of recording. But during that hour, we did some content. I showed you the installation of your Nessus. I don't want to introduce another one today to throw you into a loop. We'll do the next one tomorrow. Again, OpenVAS is all CLI. There's no command line. It's going to be all CLI tomorrow to see OpenVAS, and we'll pick the version that's best. I mean, I can't pick, I think I'm going to have to go to medium.com. Medium OpenVAS installation, and we'll choose the same version. So they're saying do it on Kali. We can do that on Kali too. I think the medium does the good job. And that's Kenneth. That's by Kenneth Lowy. So that one you need to install Docker, and then Mike's plane. I think I might have tried this one, but I don't know. So it sounds like it's really easy to do, but something happens with a Docker. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording, and you guys can watch that as it goes through the process of compiling. And I'll be here to answer any questions you have for the remainder of the time that we're here.